You just shot a monster bull, bro.
Good job, man. Congratulations. Well, howdy everybody, and welcome to Dream Makers. Now, we've got a very exciting show for you, all right? We're going after two different types of deer, the whitetail deer, of course, and then we're gonna be going after a much bigger deer, which is an elk. Now, before we get into everything, I gotta tell you about the Outdoor Adventure Foundation and how Dream Makers is made possible. Okay, an OAF specializes in providing hunts and other outdoor adventures to youths under the age of 25 with life-threatening illnesses and disabled combat veterans, okay? But on today's show, we have nothing but kids with life-threatening illnesses that are gonna be going on these great hunts, all right? They're dream hunts for these kids. It's gonna be a lot of fun and a lot of action, all right? But first, we're going after the big one, all right? We're going after a big old elk, and we're going after it with a young man named Logan Falk. All right, the cool thing about the Outdoor Adventure Foundation is this is not a single dream organization. I remember seeing footage of Logan way back in the day when he was just a little guy. But now he's stepping it up a notch. Mr. Logan is going after his first elk.
Hi, I'm Logan Falk. I'm out here with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, and we're in western North Dakota trying to go for a bull elk. When I was 11, I was diagnosed with acute lymphatic leukemia. I had 3.5 years of treatment. It was a pretty long journey, but I'm here. I made it through it. I have amazing parents. I was never alone. They never left me once. With me to every treatment, every doctor's appointment, everything. They're amazing. I'm hunting with my dad today, and there's no one else I'd rather hunt with than him.
Now, the other really cool part about this show is who's gonna be guiding Logan, all right? We've got another Logan. This is Logan Kostalecki. All right, and Logan is a super good guy. The cool thing about him is he's actually a previous recipient of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. Okay, he had his own bout with cancer back in the day. He got brought on some adventures, but now he uses his talent for elk hunting and his family property to take out a bunch of our recipients and put them on some big old bull elk. All right, he's got a real passion for it, and they've had a lot of fun. All right, and you know what, Eder? Actually, rather than me talking about it, why don't we just show a little montage of all the great bulls that Logan's taken with our recipients. All right, so let me tell you what's going on. This is early in the season. Bulls are stripping out of velvet. They're not quite in that rut mode yet, but what they are gonna be doing is they are gonna be looking for food sources. So these guys are gonna be checking some fields, checking some crop grounds, and seeing if they can find a bull for Logan, all right? Elk can be very patternable, but also not, all right? Sometimes they'll be in one spot time after time, and sometimes they'll be miles and miles away, all right? They are big, they can cover some ground, but Logan has himself and neighbors on elk duty trying to find a good bull for Logan Falk.
So the hunt is just starting. We're gonna get our stuff together here and go drive around and see if we can't scout a little bit before we get into position where we think we're gonna have our best opportunity tonight.
Alright, Logan, you see the hunting blind on the horizon up there? Yeah.
just left of the sun, the one skylining. That's where John, the landowner, is going to go sit. So he's going to look this way at this draw and see anything that's kind of coming our way, or if it's not coming our way, get us to move kind of thing. So.
So Logan Kostelecki ends up finding this one bull. He's laying down in the crops, and all you can see are the tips of his freshly out of velvet white antlers. All right, so when we get back from the break, our boys are gonna see if they can get in on this bull, and if one Logan can get the other Logan a nice shot. Stay tuned, Dreammakers will be right back. These dreams were made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, the Dakota Underground Company, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields. Welcome back to Dreammakers, everybody. Now, before we went to break, we were on an elk hunt with the Logans, okay? And they actually had just put their eyes on a nice bull, okay? He's bedded down in some crops, nothing but his antlers sticking up, and now the only thing the boys gotta do is move in on him.
Bull's horns over the top of the corner. Let's work our fence line up here and see if we can't put a sneak on him. He's not going nowhere, but just now he's starting to look straight away from us. Now he's turning back the other way. I think you're gonna get a shot here in a minute. I think he's injured, he's limping. I'm gonna get him to look. Ready? Hit his neck. Should I hit his neck? You could probably do a shoulder shot if you could. He's quartering away. You ready for it? Bro, you got him. Nailed him, bro. Good shot. Dude, for real. Good job, hey. Wow, what a bull. Look at the size of that body on him. Still swinging a little velvet. The mass on him. And wow. Dude, you just killed a stud bull. John, thanks for letting us come out here, man. I appreciate this a lot.
Thank you. Good deal.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't be possible without you.
Absolutely.
To the guides, thank you.
Proud to help.
Yeah, it's amazing.
How the dust up started.
What do you think of him?
He's big. Never seen anything like him.
Well, it'll come back.
So this elk actually turned out to be super non-typical. All right, in my book, he's super cool. You know, it's always nice to shoot a big old typical buck or a bull or something like that. But when you get something non-typical, I mean, you really got something. It's unique. Nobody else has anything like this thing that Logan shot tonight. It's a true trophy. And the cool thing about this, that the guys didn't even notice at first, is why he's non-typical. All right, he is missing like most of his leg. And antlered animals, whether it's a deer or an elk or anything else with antlers, if they get injured, they will normally have some, non-typicalness, some weird antlers that following year. So clearly this guy just had such a bad injury that he was jacked up on both sides, but it made for a super cool trophy for Logan and a once in a lifetime bull. Well, our Logans had a great time. And it was such a cool story. You know, a previous recipient like Logan Kostelecki, you know, becoming such a big part of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation to take out new recipients like Logan Falk and make their big outdoor dreams come true, just like his did back in the day. You know, that's super special. And if you're out there and you want to get involved with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, all you got to do is check out our website. But that being said this episode ain't over, folks. I don't want you to think we're wrapping it up because we're far from it. We've still got a whitetail to go after when we get back from the break. These dreams were made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, the Dakota Underground Company, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields. Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. Now, we just got done with an elk hunt with the Logans. All right, Logan Kostelecki, who was the guide, and Logan Falk, who was the hunter. But now we're switching it up. We are gonna be going after whitetail at the Lazy 3 Ranch. And the Lazy 3 is known for some pretty good whitetail bucks. Now it is a young man by the name of Levi's turn. All right, he wanted nothing else but a big whitetail buck, and the Lazy 3 is definitely the place to do it. But he's not gonna be going after one alone. He's gonna have his mom, Casey, with him, and his dad, Chad.
I've had neurofibromatosis since I was younger.
When he was 4, his eyes started turning jaundice, so we took him in. His liver levels were through the roof. They found out his gallbladder was enlarged and things were backing up in his main bile duct. So he's went through numerous surgeries. Now we have found out through all of this and genetic testing he has neurofibromatosis type 2. So he will grow tumors on the inside of his body. He's got the start of that in his ear canals. And now we've recently found out his pancreas doesn't work all the way, so he has to take medicine every time he eats.
He's kind of got stretchy tendons and muscles and stuff, so he can't play football, he can't play physical contact sports. His eyes kind of limit him a little bit, but he strives to do his best, and he plays basketball, and he does amazing in that.
Well, it's been kind of hard to do stuff that other kids have been able to do just because I've spent a lot of time in hospital. I'm not as fit as other kids, and I've had way more surgeries and recovery time than other kids. This hunt is very exciting because it makes me feel that other people are there for me and other people care for me.
Any chance he can, he will be out shooting guns, or he'll try to talk me or his grandfather or somebody into taking him fishing. He loves the outdoors.
Now, the Lazy 3 is out in North Dakota, and it is a super cool property. It spans over hills and a lot of terrain and just good hunting country. And it's owned by 3 gentlemen, as I'm sure you can think of from the name. But only one of the Lazy 3 is joining in on this hunt. It's Jack Paris. He's a big supporter of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, and he is also going to be joined by Brian Solom. Brian is the founder of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, and Brian likes to go on the trips as often as he can and take his time to make sure that our recipients are having the best experience possible. Now, these boys aren't wasting any time. You can tell Levi and his dad Chad want to get in the blind as soon as possible, so they hop in the buggy and they head right out to where they're going to be hunting. So now the guys are walking to the blind, and wouldn't you know it, I've had this happen to me a lot, especially on an evening sit. There are already deer in front of the blind. It's a little bit frustrating because you're like, man, did I screw up the evening walking in there? But the deer out here are not super pressured, so they should come back. But Levi's gonna stay vigilant because it's still that time of year where a buck could be hiding in the brush trailing a doe. But his ultimate goal is to make it to that blind. So the guys are all set up and ready to rock and all that, and the first thing they see is some mule deer. There's just something elegant about them. I love watching them. But as cool as these guys are, our hunters are looking for a whitetail buck.
There was deer all around us. It was amazing. I seen this buck and thought he was pretty big and knew he was shooter worthy.
Yeah, there's a good buck right now kind of in the bushes. He's kind of walking towards us. He might be 250, I suppose, right now. He's kind of walking towards us in the bottom. Yeah. See him standing in the trees coming down. He's coming down the trail right to us.
So they see their first decent buck. It's clear to tell that this deer definitely seems to be mature. He seems to have a big body. He's got a nice frame, a little bit shorter tine, but this is a good deer. This would be a good deer for Levi. And then he goes in the brush. They never see him again. These dreams were made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, the Dakota Underground Company, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields. Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. We are on a whitetail hunt with our recipient Levi and his dad Chad. And they're on the Lazy 3 Ranch. And so far tonight, the guys have seen a lot. They've seen mule deer, they've seen whitetail does, they've even seen a good whitetail buck that didn't give them a shot. And they have plenty of evening left. So they see this pretty nice buck. It's a decent distance away, but they break out the grunt tube. Now this can go one of two ways in my experience with grunt tubes, is he could either not care at all and just keep on walking, or he could come right at you. And this buck, he chooses violence, because as soon as they blow on that grunt call, he heads straight for him, just right on a string.
Yeah, he's a nice one. He's a shooter. He's coming right towards us. You like that one? You just hang on. He'll come closer. That's a whitetail, yes. You ready? What? You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah,
Okay, editor, pause. Let's analyze this buck for a minute and break it down, because this is the first mature whitetail buck we've seen up close this episode. All right, first of all, he's got a nice rack. That's no question. Let's go ahead and take that out of there. But let's analyze his body. This deer has some nice, big, broad front shoulders. He's got a big front end, big old brisket, really nice thick neck, and a big head. And then if you go to his belly, you can see that his belly just connects right to his legs. He's got a big old hanging belly. And these are big identifiers that this is clearly a mature deer. So a nice old buck with a big old rack, Levi's just got to get a shot.
Mac. Mac. Hit.
Yeah, jack another one in.
Hold on, Levi. You're not open. There he goes down. There he goes down. Safety on. Yeah! Woo! Yes! Good job, buddy. Proud of you. Proud of you, bud. Look. Holy cow. Look at that.
He was a lot bigger than I seen him through the scope. It was exciting. I think I've got a little bit of every emotion. It's just too much emotions to handle at once.
Well, Levi got it done, man. No problem whatsoever. And this is a dang nice deer. And the cool part is, I don't know if you noticed at home, but when Levi's buck was going down, another buck came up to check on him, maybe to establish his dominance now that the big man was taken out, and that deer walked off. So clearly this property has some big bucks. But Levi, I think you should be super proud, brother, because this is a buck of a lifetime.
Good job, buddy. Proud of you.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
I want to thank the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, Jack Paris, and all the owners of the Lazy 3 Ranch. I'm excited to be able to have my first deer mounted.
Now it's very cool to see Levi and Chad have so much fun on this hunt. You know, no different than Logan Falk and his father. There's something very special about getting to go out and hunt with your dad. I was fortunate enough to be brought up hunting with my father. He's the one that taught me everything I know about hunting, but not everybody is that fortunate. And that's where the Outdoor Adventure Foundation comes in. You know, our youths with life-threatening illnesses and disabled combat veterans, they don't always have the opportunity to get in the outdoors. And if anybody deserves big outdoor dreams, it's them. And that's exactly what we do. You know, so if you're out there and you want to get involved with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation and you want to be a dream maker and make some dreams come true, all you got to do is check out our website. And people are always asking me, how do I donate easily? Well, get your phones out because I'm about to tell you. We're going to put a QR code up on the screen. All you've got to do is scan this sucker with your phone and it'll take you right to our website, which will show you a very simple, easy way to give. Super easy. You can give any amount you want. You can donate time. You know, you can donate money, you can donate a hunt, you can even sponsor the show if you've got a company you'd like to promote on Dream Makers. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It's been super fun. You know, Logan Falk and Levi both got their animals and they had a great time doing it. And if you want to see more episodes just like this with a bunch of phenomenal recipients, you need to keep tuning in. My name's Johnny Piazza, and we'll see you next time on Dream Makers. Dream Makers is produced by the High Road Group.